All right. Hey, and welcome to a special episode of Conversational Pace. This one's a little different, perhaps something I'll do more of in the future, but for now I wanted to give a little review of the Cirque Series race I got to do last weekend. The Cirque Series is a mountain race circuit put on by On. There are 7 different mountain races throughout the summer, ranging from Utah, Colorado, up to Alaska, and then their finale is over in Switzerland. All the races are in that 6 to 9 mile range, featuring anywhere from 2,000 to 4,000 feet of vertical gain and loss over pretty mountainous terrain. On flew me out to their 4th stop, which was over at the Alta ski resort over in Utah, so I could experience one of these events for myself. While they gave me some gear and covered my travel to get out there, they didn't actually specifically give me any instructions on if I was supposed to make anything, deliverables and such. So I figured I would make this video, but all opinions are my own. I'm not required to say anything, so that's pretty cool. I'm going to go over a little review of the race as well as the gear that I used for the race. So without further ado, let's get on to the race.
In the Onyx backcountry, like Cameron Smith right there, he's always interested in things. There you go, Cam. What is this, number 40 something for you? He doesn't know where I am, that's fine.
What's up? We're on our pre-race warm up right now. 30 minutes till start. And Landon here says, what are you going to do with your camera during the scramble? What the hell's the scramble?
You're going to get to this part in the course near the top.
Up or down? On the way up?
On the way up. And the trail just becomes rocks. And you got to get your hands involved. You got to start climbing.
So I'm going to put this in my mouth like a pirate.
What's up, guys?
Why did I sign up in the pro division? What was I thinking?
Turn around, go back where you came from. If you see an injured runner, please report it to the nearest team.
2, 1, Oh, he's got the camera. We gotta talk this up. If you got a camera, you gotta dance too, man. Nice work, number 10 coming through. Woo! Nice work, guys.
So this was the part of the course that went straight up, and turns out, it was really hard to hold a camera and climb this at the same time. So that made for a nice, exciting challenge.
Holy, oh boy.
Go Rich.
Oh yeah.
Man, come on, man.
So as soon as you crest the summit of Mount Baldy, you are greeted with a gloriously gnarly descent. This ridgeline descent is one of the steepest descents I've ever done in a trail race. Not very long, only about 3/4 of a mile before it mellows out, but the first half mile dropped about 1,000 feet, and I really had to pay attention. So that's why my camera work kind of goes a little bit downhill. But I was trying to stay upright, and I was also racing pretty hard. That was the best I could do.
Killian! That was a Killian move! Woo!
So yeah, I got the doors blown off me in the last mile, but that's what I get for not doing much speed work. I had such a fun time stepping out of my comfort zone, that is ultramarathons, and dropping down to such a short, high-octane race. This event had such a great vibe, from the volunteers out on course cheering everyone on, to the finish line festival, which had food, drinks, a ton of raffle prizes, and a great awards ceremony. Unfortunately, I finished outside the prize money, but hey, I'll take a 7th overall in the pro category. I would 100% recommend a Cirque Series event to anyone looking to get into some trail racing that isn't quite ready for the marathon plus distances, and I would also recommend it to anyone who has a ton of ultramarathon or longer trail experience, just as a fun way to get in some speed work and really practice focusing up for an hour and a bit. All right, it's time for the gear breakdown. So this is what I use to race the Cirque Series Alta. First up, we got the Ultra T. So this is On's kind of premium trail running t-shirt. I guess the thing that differentiates it for being a trail running t-shirt is this pocket on the back, which actually makes for a nice like emergency gel pocket. Like, I think you should just start every run with an extra gel in this back pocket. You don't even feel it. I don't know if I would put like a key fob in there because it doesn't snap shut or anything like that, but a gel would work totally great. This is a really well put together shirt. The seams are all flat seams, so you don't feel any abrasion or anything like that. Slightly stretchier front fabric on the green on the front, which is nice because then you can actually grab the shirt, wipe the sweat off your face with it. There is no stitching around the neck. It's all flat seams. There's a flat seam kind of like diagonally across the front of the shirt that you can see. And I feel like that's got to be there just purely for cosmetics. I'm not sure why they would put the shirt together there, but you don't notice it at all. The sleeves are a thinner, more breathable material, and they almost seem like they're slightly longer sleeves than your standard running shirt, but I really like the cut of them, and they make for no chafage in the armpit area. They don't like ride up at all, so I actually really like the construction there. It's a slightly slimmer fitting shirt, but it's by no means snug. The back is a much more breathable open mesh, and yeah, I mean, it did its job, and it's definitely a very well put together shirt. You know, not every single shirt in my drawer is going to be this nice, but every once in a while you want to bust out the nice shirt. This is the one for that. Moving on to the shorts. These are the shorts that I would actually totally recommend buying. I mean, the shirt, it's $100. It's a full splurge. The shorts are also not cheap. They're $120, but I feel like the amount of utility that you get from these shorts is well worth it. So not only is it, you know, they're black on the front and then kind of the new classic, like not classic, but the new kind of on like seafoam mint kind of color on the back. Really nice materials. This waistband is one of my favorite waistbands in a pair of shorts. So there's 5 pockets across the waistband. So there's 2 on the front, 2 on each side, or 1 on each side. And then there's a pocket on the back, zip, easily big enough for a phone. The other cool thing that they did with this pocket was they actually made a through hole behind the pocket, so that way you can loop a shirt through it. So this, shy of needing to put a water bottle on your waist belt, this pair of shorts actually totally eliminates the need for a waist belt, which is pretty nice. One thing that I thought was an interesting choice was the material that they use on the back half of the legs of the short. It's actually pretty starchy, and like you can hear it. It's pretty stiff. And what I think I realized it's for is for durability. When you're in the mountains and you got to like slide down a snowfield, or you do go down and scrape up against the dirt. I've ripped shorts, like I've blown out the ass before of some shorts, and like it's kind of a bummer when you pay that much. So I actually kind of get having a slightly more durable material across the back half of the short. You do get a decent sized pocket right along the side of the leg as well. I'm not putting anything in this pocket while I'm running, but when I'm wearing it casually, I can just slide my phone into it and it actually fits nicely. But again, it's a little bit too big where I really trust it while running. The drawstring on the shorts is actually fantastic as well. It's kind of an elastic string, but it's looped in and is a tiny little enclosure, and it's just friction based to keep it closed. It doesn't go all the way around the short. It actually just anchors in right on the sides of the hips, but it provides just enough adjustment where you can snug it down or loosen it up. It's really easy to work with, and it doesn't get in the way. I've had problems where shorts, you tighten them up and then like the little plastic bit digs into your stomach and gets uncomfortable. These ones were great. They didn't, hold moisture, or, stay sweaty, and the fit of them was fantastic too. I actually couldn't find the dimensions, but they're probably about a 5-inch inseam. They go down to kind of mid-thigh or just a little bit below that, but supremely comfortable. The liner is great, something that I trust for a long run or even a race, and I'm not going to stress about it. In terms of the shoes, I went with the Cloudventure Peak 3, and I did a full review with Finn. I'll link to that video in the show notes, but this was actually like the perfect shoe for this race course. It was very light, not a ton of cushion, a lot of control because it's really low to the ground. I like the narrower stance because going through the rocks, I don't want excess shoe to get caught up on. So I'm able to make very precise foot placements with this shoe. And the upper, no stretch, it's really locking my foot down, even on the ridgeline descent where, it was like 45% grade at times. My toes were not going to the front, so it was actually great. The other thing that I really liked about the shoe is that it does have a full length protective rock plate all the way through the forefoot. So for a short race course like this, that's important because I don't want to be feeling any rocks underfoot, and I also don't really want to be thinking about it either. So a shoe like this was great because I was able to just go for it, and there wasn't a single time during the race where I thought, ouch, that rock really hurt my foot. These things were able to bulldoze through any of that. So I actually really liked this shoe. And again, if you want to see the full length review to that, the link is down below. So yeah, there you have it. That was the Cirque Series Alta race. Thanks to On for sending me out there so I could experience it, see what it was all about. And I actually had a blast. And I might be trying to hit up a couple more short mountain races in the future. But if you have any questions about any of the apparel or the shoes of the race, drop a comment below. Happy to answer anything. And I will see everyone out on the trails.